Hello, my hosts, and welcome to another stream of me using Blender. Today, just checking this. Hold on. Today we are going to go into Blender and continue with our work on creating it. And why is that wrong? So we're going to go into Blender and continue working on our detective's office. So let's see if that works. And nope, we've got a black void. Let's try and fix that. And there we go. Okay. That's better. Let's continue to work on this. Think what we'll do next. This cylinder here, what are you? Ah, you're the fan. Let's just call that the fan. All right. Let's adjust this. I'm going to set to select line mode. Select you in there. Going to go scale. Let's scale this in. A lot more. Oh, we want to uniformly scale it though. That's not doing it right. How do we? This is the one. That's this blue one. Yeah, that's better. Just got to grab the right sort of handle to make those changes. And here we do the same thing. Find that, where is it? There it is there. Bring this in. And we will then move it up. Okay. That looks pretty like that. And then we'll have the fan blades as a separate object, I suspect. So what we can do is we can add plane. Move this up here. Okay. Move the center of the plane to be more or less aligned with that. We'll shrink down the sides of this plane. sort of reducing this. Oh, just going to make that change. Because these are going to be the blades of our fan, and that looks a bit too long, so reduce it a bit. That's fine. To move it up. And we'll then subdivide this across its length with a loop cut. Number of cuts, say 4. Actually, you want to be 5. Okay. We select this one. We set it to proportional editing. Smooth. Can we adjust the proportionality? That's not doing what I want it to do. Hold on. Proportional editing. Make it. There we go. So now it looks a bit like it's curved. There, so you got it's like a fan, it's like a aerofoil shape. That is perfect. And we'll select that. Then if we go, and we'll call this fan, let's go blade, drop out of edit mode. Next thing we do, select that, go into edit mode, select around this loop. We say, what's the button? Is it? Yep. Cursor's to selected, so that moves the cursor to the middle. We get out of that. We select the fan blade. And if we go select, selection to cursor, it's now moved to there, and so we can then drop that down slightly. Excellent. And now we'll add a modifier. Add modifier. Can we do a sort of a, I think it's an array around a point. So we go three, maybe. Object obs. How? No, that's not what we want. We want to modify it so it rotates around. Ah, is it screw? As a there's a profile. Builds. I know you can do this. Where is the thing that allows it? Oh, hi Riziki. How are you going? I hope you are going well. I'm currently working out how to make this properly rotate around the middle. Unless the solution is object offset like that. And then if we select this, okay, I see what we do. But first we've got to create and empty. Like that. We go go to the empty. We move the empty so it's undo that. I want to grab the empty object. Where is the empty object living? Empty object, where do you live? Oh, there you are. I adjust that so you're in line with that. And we rotate you around. Excellent. I'm going to want a 3. And we've got the blades basically in the right way. Awesome. So that's the fan blades of our fan done. Can move on to our phone. I've worked out how I'm going to do that as well. Oops. Have the buttons as separate objects. But first, edit mode. I want to go like that. Actually, select all of these here. I said select all of them, not just those ones. Select all of these like that. And dissolve edges. Dissolve edges. Why aren't those edges dissolving? What am I moving around there? We are in edit mode and we are editing the cube. That's the... I don't want these anymore, but it's not letting me dissolve those edges. Which is a pain. Move it into selection mode so we don't get that weird arrow. There we go, X. Well, that helped, sort of. X. Nope. I will leave that grid there. And instead, we will just add the cube. This is going to be the buttons. All right, where are we? That's too small, but we will make it bigger. Hold on, might not be too small. Come on. You are a button that will be on this dial. Okay. Rotate you slightly, but not that way, like that. Rotate you back. Move you so you're just sticking out slightly from the phone. Line you up. There. Ah, good. We'll call it this cube phone button. We're going to add a modifier to it. An array. And crosswise, we want 4. Like that. And we go for a second array modifier. And it's also 4. Go 0. 1. Yep. Up. All right. What's happened here? Oh, we've screwed up. I'm going to have to reverse that. Bring you back. You are 4. And set you to that to 0. Expand that out again so we got it all nicely lined up. And then Y there. Actually, might want to make these a little bit tighter. Okay, that's good. There we go. We move that to the center of the thing. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hash 0 asterisk and the override priority buttons there. So it's sort of like a military style phone. All right. Cursor to selected. Add next thing is going to be a cylinder, but a lot smaller than that. 16. Radius 0.05. Length a lot less than 2 meters. Well, that's definitely a wrong size. So we'll be also scaling this. All right. First things first. Let's rotate it. Why is its axis of rotation so strange? That's better. So, 90. Now, that's better. So, we want it to be just a little bit bigger than the phone. There we go. Let's scale it down a bit more. That's not what we wanted. Why do I always grab the wrong thing? There we go. That's better. Move it till it's sitting on the rests. There we go. And we're going to divide it into thirds with a loop cut. And we'll expand this and turn it downwards. All right. Selection mode. Select all of them. Select all of them. Let's undo that. Let's just select all of these. And I think we go cursor to selected. And we go Y. It's not going to work. So go like that. Cursor to selected. And then we select these. Still not going to work. What we need to do is go to the click on the bottommost thingy. Let's get the phone out of the way for a second. There we go. I'm just going to rename that at the time. Phone. And all right. Actually, let's hide all of the furniture and the architecture and only reveal. Oh, we can't do it like that. There we go. That's better. So now we are only looking at our receiver handle. We go from looking at the bottom, go to that, select that one there, cursor to selected. You can use, oh, grave. Okay, that's very helpful. I did not know that. There we go. And now, hopefully, if I do a spin, that's more like what I want. Let's repeat the same action over here. So select, goes along that, so select that, cursor to selected, let's go to select all the objects, select that again, spin, spin 90. All right. Scale, need to bring that back. You don't want to use scale for this. What I want to do is select that bottommost thing, move it up, and then we expand that outward. If we repeat the same action on the other side, oh, that was not what we wanted. So move you in level with that. We in level? Yep, we are in level. Cool. We then go for scale again. There. Now, let's have a look at that with the phone. I'll just move the phone around a bit. Get it, set it on the receiver. That's not quite. Edit. Oh, I see what's gone wrong. Need to grab that blue one and expand it out like that. All right, a little bit more. Hot. And yeah, that looks about right. Let's get the phone back in place. And we can just nudge it across in object mode. Yeah. It's sort of clipping through the sides. I can live with that. Okay, we have our fan. We have our desk. Let's get the walls back in place. And just going to check this wall here at the back. Yep, got that set up right. Excellent. Now, I am thinking that we might start on doing text. Oh, I forgot one key thing. Cube there. 2 meters. We'll adjust that. This is going to be a detective's office. I am going to need a conspiracy board. There we go. And there is my handy-dandy conspiracy board, which we'll also use to display stuff on when we are streaming. There we go. And that can just be sort of lodged onto the wall. That sounds good. Ah, thank you very much. And we're going to have some light sources. In particular, I'm going to have a globe over here. Oh, sort of a globe on this light. So that's that style of light. So it's part of the fan. Oh, the fan's going to add some new thing. We're going to have fan as one thing. Fan blade. The empty that controls the fan. Not new file. New under here. Put the phone stuff in here. So that's in there. That's the wrong cube. Phone buttons. This cube is the board. All right. Now, I've noticed we don't have a door into this yet. That's the next thing we'll make. So, front wall. Let's go for some loop cuts. One there. One there. Like that. Actually, I'm going to animate the door opening or not? Probably not. We'll just leave it like that. There we go. Now, I have noticed we don't have a door into this yet. That's the next thing we'll make. So, front wall. Let's go for some loop cuts. One there. One there. Like that. Actually, I'm going to animate the door opening or not? Probably not. That's a good start for that. We'll be texturing that up. Alright, let's get out of that. Cursor to selected. Add a sphere. A lot smaller than that. About that size. Move it down. That's going to be our light source. And I suppose we can render it using setting from Eevee to cycles, GPU. We'll put light on that. Put our light source in there. Actually, selection to cursor. Move you down. And we'll adjust that later. Preview. I suppose it will be start time. Will be time to start shading soon. But it still looks a bit empty. Yep. I am completely aware of that. I will put emission material on it when I go into the sort of like putting shading and that type of stuff on things. But basically, first things first, what I'm doing is laying out the objects I want in my scene. I think the move that into the fan area. There we go. I think the next thing I'll add is some filing cabinets. So I'll add that. Add cube. Those are too huge for filing cabinets, so let's scale them down. There we go. Get them like that. It looks about filing cabinet size. I think a bit taller. Okay. 1. Two. 3. And where have these been spawned into? It's the only problem. I often lose track of where objects live. Where are these cubes got to? And they end up in colliders? No. Oh, there. It will be under the phone. Ah, there it is. Move those up. Actually, new collection. Here. We rename that to files. And we'll have those as sort of like old school filing cabinets where we'll keep our files for the work we will be doing. That looks good. I think we'll go on to a little bit of we'll start with we material preview. Cool. Let's start with some texturing now. First with this back wall. All right. That's under architecture back wall. So we'll call this material rendered brick. So the idea of this back wall material is that it is a old brick wall that has been painted over with bricks, painted over with paint, but the paint is old as well and it's started to flake off. So we can do that with some colouring. All right, let's go first. Old simple brick texture. But I want sort of a reddish one, but we'll cover that later. Merge RGB. Mix RGB. And what's your name? It's the fractal texture that you use to make shapes. Texture, where are it? Not Polaroid. Oh, it's just noise texture, isn't it? Yeah, Perlin noise. Yep, that's what we want. Right, and we put you through a couple of color ramps. Linear, I want constant. want it actually the other way around, so we'll move that to there. So basically we've got stuff where the brick texture is just poking out from underneath. That. But what we'll have is that and an undercoat, so copy that again. Like that. Copy you down there. Taking the same thing. We'll just shift this to black. We adjust like this, and we'll say, okay, that works out. So what we have is black. That's the main color, so that's going to be a cream. That's an ugly color. I haven't got a... That's fine. And then this second color here, with the same cream but darker. All right. Now we move on to that. So this is going to be have a white mortar. This is going to be one shade of red. Going to be another shade of red, but darker. But we'll probably feed into that. There. All right. We'll probably feed into this a bit more of a texture to give it a bit more definition. So let's say Volarroid texture. Color ramp. Like that. Well, obviously it's not going to make any difference. We go constant. And set that. Goes a lot darker. And we scale that up a lot. So rather than being divided onto the things, what? 200. Yeah, now it's sort of like speckles on there. Awesome. Well, copy that. duplicate it down there. We'll go you. Copy that. There we go. That's like that. Let's move this colour more towards the red. All right. That's good. Let's also up the roughness of this surface. There we go. And also we're going to do that with the normals as well. Right. Blurry texture. Bump. Does that let's just go to rendered view. Yeah, that sort of gives it a roughness. Right. And I'm checking out the time. I'll probably have to end this stream soon. I'm actually thinking that orange is a bit too bright. Oh, that's not it. That's too dark. Bring that down a bit. You down like that. Okay. We'll have to start rendering the other bits as well. That's a good start. I think we'll call the stream to an end there. So I'll go back to my main room. So today we added the furniture. We've finished off the phone and the fan, and we've started on putting the textures on the various walls and features. So we will continue with this next week. Tomorrow we'll be playing Oxygen Not Included. So I would appreciate people joining me for that as well. If it's your first time subscribing and you enjoyed what you see, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you later. Goodbye.